All right, I think we are connected and live. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. If you want to come live for questions, or you have other things that you want to talk about, just throw them in the chat, and then we can either address them or ask you to jump on live and ask your question out loud while you're listening. For some of you, this may be your first experience learning about essential oils, and others of you may have been around the products for a while. My brother was using my computer earlier and hid the premium starter kit underneath the computer. So let me just do a quick stage change. If you aren't following Living Well Now, you may not know that every Monday, Andy, my brother Andy, and my mom Deborah go live on the page talking about money mindset. So today was that day. So let me put this back because I liked it that high. Had to put on a sweatshirt. It got a little chilly here in the desert today. We actually had hail, which my kids think is snow. They don't know any different. Super fun.
And I unmuted just so I can say, hi, Mary, I miss you.
I need to notify my family that I'm going to be on calls for, nope. Okay, let me tell this other family member because I'm getting blasted. Okay, with requests. So by way of introduction, my name is Angela Lehman, and we are live streaming this into the Just One Thing group. So I am one of the admin of the Just One Thing group. Also, this group kind of got founded out of the idea that we needed to give and have a place that was for customer appreciation. So hopefully you're getting a ton of value to connect, to learn, to get some healthy habits figured out for yourself. And you are surrounded by some incredible leaders who are guiding the way. So a huge shout out to Nan, who's also one of our elite leaders leading the crew there, as well as Julie Gerritsen, Brandy Newman, Sandra Hood, and Carrie Her. So I think I've got us all listed there, the ones that are current admin of that group. But I'm really, really grateful that Nan and Sandra kind of led out this year, this month of January, with truly new year, new you kinds of habits. And this week, Nan said we're getting a little woo-woo, and today was all about conscious language, which is about choosing the words that we speak or think in our heads with intention, so that we are bringing about more goodness and abundance and perhaps more unity, more accountability, more love through what we say and how we bring that about. So if you haven't gone in today's post, definitely take a listen and then give a comment. We are rewarding and awarding product credit every single week for someone who comments on a post in this group. So please be an active member and learn alongside of us. Part of the reason I think that came into being was because we started back in 2006 when my mom gave us essential oils for Christmas to discover that essential oils were truly a gateway for healthier and happier living, if I could be so bold. I really am grateful for that gift of an essential oil under our Christmas tree those many years ago. We all started using the products pretty much within the year after that, and then started building a business in 2012 so that we could teach others not just about the health benefits, but the financial benefits as well. So we truly, truly see the long-term value of choosing a healthier lifestyle focused on wellness, purpose, and abundance. And we choose to encourage others forward. You notice I said choose to instead of want to. We choose to encourage others in that way as well. So Nan, I'm going to do the beginning of the intro slides just to give you kind of a heads up. I'm going to do just some of that, and then I think I've got both. That was a lipstick. I have both the premium starter kit and the holiday starter kit here. So I think we'll double up on like the frankincense that comes in each one. We'll note that as we go, the similarities and differences without a PowerPoint. If I miss anything, just cut me off. And then we'll follow up with how to get started, and we'll end with that. All right, so without further ado, let's look at, let me get this slideshow ready before I show it to you. If you wouldn't mind, if you're live with us on Zoom, will you write in the chat if this is your first exposure to essential oils, how long you've been using products, are you a member yet? We'd love to know who invited you. Just by way of introduction, tell us a little bit about yourself. And I will slide this up. Nan will also check over our chat and make sure nothing gets missed in there as well. All right. So we realize that every day we're confronted with lots and lots of toxins in our home, or the choice to have toxins in our home. I was actually just listening to a podcast today about, I don't know if you guys have heard of this. I hadn't heard of it. It's called Cancer Alley, and it's located in Louisiana. And it's a place where there are a lot of factories and a lot of petrochemicals that are dispersed into the air. And there happens to be a high percentage of people in that area with cancer. And so they've studied the effects of that area and quite honestly, the environmental toxins and pollutants that are causing people there to not thrive. And on a micro scale, we can look into our own homes at some of the ways that we're poisoning ourselves. Some of those things are listed on the slide in front of you. Simple things like our toilet bowl cleaners and our laundry detergent. Anything, Nan, you said a really important thing today, anything that has the word fragrance in it is something to be conscious or cautious about using because we truly don't know the origins of that fragrance. I watched more football in the last 2 weeks than I usually watch ever. And there were lots and lots of commercials for Febreze. I guess that goes hand in hand with athletes. I'm constantly telling my son about antiperspirants and Febreze to be really conscious of the things that we're spraying on our bodies, putting truly into our skin cells by topically rubbing it on, or even just breathing it in from the environment around us. So if this is your first exposure to noticing the ingredient labels on some of those products that you have at your home, we have tons more information where that came from, and we'll be focusing on that more in the next couple of months as we head into spring and give you some DIY recipes for spring cleaning. A little bit about Young Living and our commitment to quality and purity. Again, we are located in multiple countries. We have farms as well as distribution centers all over the world. We are a global company. We have, I think it's important to note that we are committed to a healthier home for each of us, so that we can experience a healthier world for all of us. This was released in our manifesto at convention last summer, and it continues to be a driving force for me as I learn about being a better business leader and am challenged by how to overcome some of the biases that we have just by not realizing how our world is being impacted by our toxic use. This is Gary Young. Together with his wife, Mary, they're in the middle. They founded the Young Living Company after Gary had a huge affinity for natural wellness following a logging accident in his 30s. I'm gonna get that wrong. Gary has since passed, but he left a lot of really incredible gifts to us, including many, many blends that he handcrafted and are still produced by Young Living today that are very impactful to your overall health and wellness. The man on the right, his last name is Mr. Cannon, and he is our new president. Tom, do I have that right? Tom Cannon? I don't remember his first name. He's new. That's all I got. And together with our executive team, they are at the forefront of making sure our shipping is running well during these troubling times, making sure education is up to par. They're continuing to do scientifically based research to help people understand the value of Young Living essential oils. For those of you who are brand spanking new, just to clarify, an essential oil is derived from plants. It's a volatile substance that has a natural smell and also contains characteristics of the plant. One of the things that's cool about that is that in the same way that it helps a plant survive in the wilderness, it helps us and supports our body systems. The oils are extracted from plants using steam distillation for the most part. We'll clarify that on our citrus oils, but I think it's important to note that they are highly, highly potent and much different than essential oils you may find on your regular grocery shelves. Obviously, you can see here a greenhouse. This is actually probably from it resembles the greenhouse that I've been in at one of the Young Living farms, both in Ecuador and Mona, Utah. And so you can be assured that Young Living not only practices organic farming at its farms and partner farms, but also goes beyond with its seed to seal promise, which I think is probably our next slide up here. I'm just getting ahead of myself. There are 3 basic ways you can use essential oils. You can use it aromatically, which means that you can use them in a diffuser. Tonight, we're going to talk about 2 specific diffusers because these are the ones that happen to be 10% off through tomorrow. This is called the Sweet Aroma Diffuser. You can see that it has a lid and a container that you put water in and then add your essential oils to it. Once it's plugged in, you can use the simple buttons on the back. Here's where the plug goes. You can use the simple buttons on the back to turn it on and to change the light. And the light on this one is just this little piece right here, just this insert. And it's just a band of light. So it's not super distracting, and you can turn it off completely if you choose to as well. The Desert Mist Diffuser looks like this. It has a second piece inside to help funnel the cool mist air through the top. But in the same way, you fill the bottom with water, add your essential oil, replace the top part just like that. And again, there is an on button as well as a light button. Research says sometimes sleep is better when you use the red light setting on your diffuser. I'll just throw that out for those of you with small children or who have trouble sleeping at night, that may be a soft red ambient light that you want to use in your bedroom. But of course, you can also just hold down the light button and it'll shut off the light completely as well if that's too distracting. So that's one of the simplest, tiny, healthy habits that I can share with you today, honestly. I think we take for granted that how impactful diffusing truly is. We've been diffusing, I think I'm ordering a bottle of Thieves every single month because we are diffusing Thieves as well as emotion supporting oils throughout our whole home every single day. It's one of the first things I do when I wake up and one of the last things I do before I go to bed. And just by making that small shift in my home, I've really noticed a difference in our overall physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health, truly, just by giving our senses, a refreshing and natural, like legitimately natural fragrance to bring about calm, to bring about healthier body systems and things like that. You can also put an essential oil, just uncap it and take it to, I'm going to use my frankincense because it's already open. I use this one a lot. You can just hold an essential oil bottle underneath your nose and let the oil smell waft to your nose and experience benefits that way. You can also use it topically by putting it on location. I had a friend, I'll say more about this in the other part, but if you have something that a part of your body that needs extra love, just like a massage oil, you can take a couple drops of oil, rub it together with some coconut oil and rub it into that location spot. Another great place to apply topically is to the bottoms of your feet. So it's an easy location. Most people like to put essential oils on the bottoms of their feet, stick a sock on and go to bed, or put their shoes on to go about the rest of their day and still experience those benefits to using oils. And then the last kind of unique thing to Young Living, I want to be really clear when I say this, is that we do, and I have for the last, gosh, what is it, 2007, 2006? It's been a long time since we started using oils. We're coming on 15 years. We've been putting oils in veggie capsules and taking them internally, or putting some of the oils in our water and drinking it into our bodies to help detoxify our digestive system. So there's lots and lots of benefits to that as well. Young Living makes it really easy to tell the difference about what is good to what's good to ingest and what might need some, or what might not be. They labeled them differently. These are both lemon oils. This one has the white Vitality label on it, and this one has the yellow label on it. They are both the same oil, but this one is marked for Vitality use, and this one is marked for maybe your diffuser. So just note that for your records moving forward. A couple of quick tips.
I'm jumping in. So just to clarify, the exact same oil is inside both of those bottles. So if all you have is a solid color labeled bottle, you're still okay to ingest what's in that bottle because it's exactly the same as what's in the white bottle. But the cool thing is, if you have a bottle of oil that has a colored label and you don't know if you can ingest it, look up under products and see if there's a Vitality version of it. And if there is, then you're safe. If there isn't, I would avoid it.
Yeah, like Valor, for example. I've never ingested Valor, and it does not have a Vitality. Usually our singles or our citrus oils are marked as Vitality, but do double check on the website. They make it really, really simple to just search products at the top. You can type it in and find out if there's a Vitality version. Great tip, Nan. Also, dilute your essential oils with carrier oils when you're first getting started. Most are fine to put on neat, which means without carrier. A carrier oil is like extra virgin olive oil. It could be coconut oil. It could be Young Living's V6 oil. That's a great one to add to your first order, so you just have a bottle of oil dilution on hand. But typically that'll make the oil less overpowering, and it will help you rub it on location. Also, don't try to wash an oil off with water. If you experience irritation, definitely use one of those carrier oils to just minimize the impact. I think it was last week, I got peppermint really close to my eyes. Well, actually, I was putting peppermint into my coffee, peppermint Vitality into my coffee, and then I put the lid back on and rubbed my eyes. So all of a sudden I was like, whoo, wow, that was stronger than I was expecting it to be. So my eyes started watering. I didn't rinse them. I just got some coconut oil. I was in the kitchen, got some coconut oil and just put it right around my eyes. And you can see that they're good to go now. Also, don't apply essential oils to sensitive areas. If it's a hole, you probably don't want to put an oil in it. All right. So that means here and here, kind of like I just talked about with my eyes, any other place on your body that has a hole. Be gentle and careful when applying essential oils. Okay, I just gave you a little bit about the Seed to Seal earlier about our quality commitment. We do honor that the seed that we plant, the way that we cultivate and fertilize, the way that we distill our plants for the oils, the way we test them and seal them is part of our promise to families that you are getting a high quality product. Many times people don't realize the difference when they see frankincense on the shelf for $9.99 at Marshall's. They think it's the same frankincense that we sell in a 15 ml bottle for like $80. And it's not the same. We are one of the only companies that it actually has a distiller in Oman, where they are actively harvesting frankincense and making sure that the purity is the right tested levels before it's bottled and shipped to us. So please, please, please practice caution with anything that we tell you today. We are only talking about Young Living essential oils because of this Seed to Seal promise. All right, last but not least, our essential oils have not been, in any of our statements, have not been evaluated by the FDA. We do not make claims when it comes to your health. We are simply educators, mamas, some of us are dads, family members, grandmas, who have chosen to learn more about healthier living with natural products like essential oils. We're not doctors, and we highly suggest that if you are concerned that you consult your doctor if you have illness or injury, and also do your research when it comes to these products. All right, so that gets us started with kind of that introduction to Young Living, an introduction to the products that we're going to talk about tonight. Super, super glad, like I said, that you guys are here watching live. Those of you who invited friends into our Just One Thing group, who may be watching in the Facebook group, make sure to follow up with them later so that they get sort of that beginning introduction two essential oils. And we've already talked about both diffusers, so I'm not going to bring those up again until the very end. The Sweet Aroma will come with the holiday starter kit that's 10% off, and the Desert Mist diffuser will come with the premium starter kit that's 10% off through tomorrow. But of course, you can use this video later after the sale's over, because we really bundle and give a huge discount for people who are just getting started. So this is actually a really good kind of overview for any time. All right, so let's start with frankincense, because it comes in both kits. So I've got my holiday starter kit over here, and I think it's funny that they're both open in both kits. Holiday starter kit over here, and my premium starter kit over here. Frankincense is an awesome spiritually grounding oil. I can't say enough about how valuable it is. I also, I know I'm wearing some makeup tonight, including my concealer under my eyes, but I also attribute frankincense for helping keep my 44-year-old skin young and supple. Is supple a word that we can say on this? Okay, young and supple. As I get older, these are things that are important to me. I want young and supple skin. So frankincense is my go-to. 1 to 2 drops, just always rubbed in this way and a little bit up here. I spot check it too. It's a great one for that. Love, love, love frankincense just for that amazing way that it grounds me as well as nourishes my skin. All right, next one to throw out there is peppermint. You'll notice that the peppermint oil from the holiday kit is not marked as a vitality oil, but the one from the premium starter kit is. What did we learn at the beginning of our class tonight? Same oil, different bottle. So obviously you can use peppermint oil like I talked about last week. I put it in my coffee. I like a drop of peppermint instead of an artificial peppermint sweetener kind of thing, like a peppermint mocha. That's what I made to go to my son's soccer game. I threw in a scoop of chocolate protein powder and a drop of peppermint oil, and I had my own peppermint mocha on the sidelines. So peppermint vitality as well as peppermint oil, fresh, awesome, really, how do I say, uplifting scent. I love to diffuse peppermint as well. I think it matches really well for those of you who are looking for diffuser recipes. I think peppermint sort of brightens just about any oil that you put in your diffuser. So it's a great one to add just for energy and boosting mood, especially during the winter months. Those of you who are stuck inside or may not be going out very often, I think peppermint can be really uplifting for that. All right, let's talk about Peace and Calming next. I'm just going to go down the line. It comes in both kits, and I'll review these at the end. Peace and Calming comes in both kits. This was my 3-year-old who's now 17. This was her favorite oil when she was a little girl. We started using oils when she was that little, and my favorite story to tell is that Peace and Calming knocked her out asleep after she'd been running around, missing nap time, messing up Sunday morning church, to be really honest with you. And I ran around, I had it on my hands, ran around, chased her, gave her a big bear hug, rubbed it down her arms, and within 15 minutes, she was asleep on the chairs. And we were able to go through an entire worship time with her sleeping. And that was peace and calming to me. So that's the best way I can describe how it works. Many adults like it for their rest at night. There are so many different blends and oils that are great for promoting relaxation and sleep. It really just comes down to your preference. I'll also say it has patchouli in it, and I have some friends that can't stand that smell. I've encouraged them over the years to just put it on the bottoms of their feet before they go to bed, stick some socks on, and most of them find that it works effectively and they get used to the smell, and now they love it. So it just takes a little bit of trial and error for you to find that right oil for you or right oil for your kid. When my son came along, I'll go to Valor next, because when my son came along, it wasn't Peace and Calming for him. It was Valor. And I discovered that after the first few times of trying to do the same, you try to do the same parenting tricks with the next kid and it didn't work. So Valor was the go-to for Dawson, still is. He's a big cedarwood fan. So I think cedarwood is in Valor. This is a blend, proprietary blend from Young Living. It's always been more settling to him, those grounded, like big tree oils. And so it's no wonder that this one was his favorite when he was a little guy as well. Valor is awesome for putting on right before you have a big event that you feel kind of nervous about. It promotes feelings of courage and bravery. One of my favorite stories is about a 5th grader who was scared to go to school because he was going to have to give a presentation, and his mom put a drop of valor right here on his chest, and he rocked it and came home and said, I need that every time. So a lot of parents use this for their kids to help them establish kind of grounding and confidence when going into unknown situations. Valor only comes in the premium starter kit, so it does not come in the holiday starter kit if you're noting the differences between the two. I will, though, tell you in other news, in the holiday starter kit is joy. Joy essential oil blend also promotes feelings of happiness and joy. I hated it. Nan will tell you, and she was the same way. We both hated it when we first smelled it. It's very florally, kind of smells like an old grandma, if you want to be really honest about it. But I started using it with intention after my divorce because I didn't want to be one of those bitter, old, resentful, unforgiving ex-wives. I'm not those things. I've grown a lot, but it was a lot due to joy because I intentionally put a drop on my heart every day and said, God, just open my heart, keep it soft, keep me open to receiving love. And I'm really, really glad, not that this has anything to do with joy, but I'm really glad that I didn't harden my heart because I was able to find an incredible man named Jerry Stuckert, and we got married last October. So I am super blessed that an emotional oil, again, to go to Nan's point about woo-woo, an emotional oil like joy helped reset and shift my mindset from maybe what most people would consider as normal. I chose to see the emotional benefits to using essential oils because of how they made me feel, and more importantly, what I chose to attract into my life. So I think this is a great class even to teach Nan, as you guys have been doing such a good job this month talking about emotional health. And if you guys want to go back to some of the posts that have been put up in 2021, definitely check out the unit on New Year, New You, and look for the week about emotional health. There's a lot of great tips about how to use these blends as well as other oils to help you feel more centered and grounded because there are so many heavy topics that we're dealing with right now. And so it's important that we manage that in a way that feels healthy and good to us and helps us keep moving forward. All right, that was a lot on emotions. Let's take a break from that let's take a break from that for a second. I'm going to go into the premium starter kit next. One of the blends that I found really helpful in December when I started to notice that I needed some help in my respiratory system. And over in the Living Well Now group, we've been talking about the respiratory system this month, is Raven. Raven is a blend of mostly eucalyptus oils with a little wintergreen. So it has kind of a warm spa-like scent is the best way I can describe it. So one of the tricks I'll tell you about using Raven is to put a little bit on a wet washcloth and stick it in the corner of your shower, your hot shower, and really create that spa-like atmosphere with that eucalyptus steam room, right? And you really take some deep breaths in the shower. It's a great way to start your day. I'm a runner, so that advice is for the non-runners. You runners though, you athletes, you can put a little bit on before you go out in the cold weather. I find that it helps open up my breathing a little bit more, helps me be more intentional about getting those deep breaths in the cold weather, even when I'm running. So Raven for that one. Speaking of athletes, Panaway also comes in the premium starter kit. There it goes. These ones with the childproof locks kind of get stuck. Panaway is an incredible oil blend for supporting your muscles and joints. It's a great one. I actually had a friend tell me that her husband liked the smell of it, so he was diffusing it. I said, sweetie, does he know how much it costs? She said, no, I should tell him, and I'm going to get him wintergreen because the blend of Panaway has a very special oil in it called helichrysum that's hard to get. So of course that drives the cost up a little bit. But Panaway then becomes a really important oil to supporting your healthy joints by rubbing it on location. All right, so not one to diffuse and not one to ingest, but one to definitely rub on location. A quick tip on this one too is that you can replace the inside. If you get the premium starter kit, you can replace the inside with an Aroma Fitment roll-on, which happens to be in the box underneath my computer, but you put the Aroma Fitment in. We'll show you how to do that when you get your kit. And then you've got a special roller ball that you can actually just use to roll on wherever you experience tension, or maybe after sitting at the computer. Yeah, Nan, there's a roller for you. And you can just sub it in. That comes with a couple extras. Panaway's a good one to put it on, and then you can just use it to roll on your knees, your shoulders, wherever. So relaxing. All right, next is, try to make sure I'm not missing any. Let's talk about lemon next. Again, lemon in the premium starter kit comes in that Vitality. In the holiday kit, it comes as the regular one, same oil, different bottle. Lemon oil is awesome for, you know what I use lemon oil mostly for? Taking off sticky stuff. I mean, yes, I can put a drop in my water bottle and I can drink it and detoxify my body. That's all well and good. I kind of prefer Citrus Fresh for that. We'll talk about that one in a second. But last week, my daughter, no joke, that same daughter, she's getting 2 feature stories today. That same daughter put toast in the toaster, put bread in the toaster, turned it on and stuck a plastic sheet, a plastic container of those Hawaiian rolls on top of the running toaster, and wondered how the plastic had gotten melted to the top of the toaster. I'm like, sweetie, you heated up the machine. It heated the bottom of the bread. And so now we had plastic all over the top of the toaster. So legit, I took the lemon oil and I put some drops on it after it cooled down. I unplugged it, didn't touch anything while the electricity was plugged in. Put some drops of oil on it and then just scraped it off with a knife, because it peeled up like nothing. It wasn't ruined. You know, she didn't want to do it. She said, I'll just buy you a new one. I said, okay, or I can just fix it with some lemon oil. So that's one of those great tips that you can use lemon oil for. It's also delicious in recipes, as well as, like I said, in just plain straight up in your water or iced tea. Just make sure when you are putting oils into drinking bottles, you're not using plastic ones. Directly putting essential oils into stainless steel or glass is your best option. So learn from us. We've had many experiences where, you know, those really cute patio cups that are plastic, you try to put an essential oil in those and it'll create like a ring around it because it's leaching the plastic away from the cup and into your body. So just don't throw lemon straight up into one of your plastic water bottles. Our Vitality drops, another way to flavor your water. 2 new Vitality drops came out last week with caffeine in them as well. Those are okay, but not our straight up essential oils. Just note that for the future. Another citrus oil that does come in the holiday starter kit is grapefruit. I've been diffusing this one. I think it tastes great in water as well. It's not sour. Citrus oils don't have the same acidity that the fruit does. So if you're somebody who has stayed away from those because of having reactions to high acidic foods, or the enamel on your teeth, you've heard those stories and things like that. That's not the case with citrus oils. They are cold pressed from the rind though, so that makes them different than other essential oils. So do be careful if you have an allergy to citrus. Do be careful in using these, and don't put them on your skin before going out in the sun. They are photosensitive as well. All right, we're getting down to the last couple. One oil that is in the holiday kit that is not in the starter kit that I'm going to need some help on. Has anyone used bergamot? That's not one that I use very often. What do you use bergamot for? Somebody throw out an idea. What do you got, bergamot?
Well, it's great to diffuse because it is from the citrus family, same kind of like really closely related to orange. And so it will brighten up any kind of a mood or things like that. So it's really good for room sprays and diffusers and things like that. That's one way I use it. Oh, Suzette said dryer balls. That would be great on those.
Love it. Love it. So the fragrance, right? So for the fragrance more than anything, perfect. I do know I've had some tea recipes. There is a bergamot vitality, and I've had some tea recipes where bergamot has been mentioned as one to use for tea. So if that's your jam, herbal teas or tea, that would be something that you could do as well. Two other blends that come in the starter kit, premium starter kit, Stress Away, as well as Digize. Stress Away is fantastic, going back to our emotional health earlier. Stress Away is fantastic. People ask me all the time, like, do you have a candle that smells like the beach? And I'm like, well, first, I don't have candles. I have essential oils, and I got these cool diffusers. And second, I have Stress Away that has a little bit of vanilla, it has a little bit of lime, and it has incredible just appeal for a sweet aroma in your home. So I use Stress Away straight up on my wrists, but it's also part of, at night I've been diffusing Stress Away and Valor. Those seem to be really important to me right now, just for overnight rest and dreaming. So Stress Away and Valor are both very very relaxing to me. I saw a friend of mine who may be watching this, hi, she said that she put a roller top on the Stress Away, and she said, I said, have you been taking it to school? Because she's a teacher. She said, that's a good idea. She said, it's not doing much on my windowsill right now. Guys, that's half the battle with establishing new habits, right? At the beginning of the year or anytime, is getting into the healthy habit of just taking the oils with you. So pop it in your purse, put it in your car, whatever, wherever you are, put a couple of oils, kind of spread out your starter kit so that you're using them in different places, and then switch it up once a week and try something else. I'm always sad when somebody buys a kit and then they don't ever open it. I'm always curious about why not, like what was stopping you from getting started. So so do the things, and we're going to talk more on Wednesday night about these as well, on a different class, and more about how to utilize them for recipes and things like that. The last blend from the premium starter kit is Digize. Digize essential oil blend is fantastic for those of you with small babies or with stomachs that just won't settle. If you just put a drop of Digize on your belly and rub it in, it can be really, really calming. It can be really settling to your stomach. You can put a drop in your water. I don't think it tastes so good, and it smells nasty, but it's not one I would diffuse though, Nan. You got a story about Digize? Oh, I think you got a story.
I do. So if you have athletes, as Ange mentioned, in your home, you know their clothes get stinky, or somebody works outside, like my husband comes in, wads his clothes up, throws them in the hamper, and they're all damp, and they sit there and they get even worse. So put a drop of Digize in, like if you use the liquid laundry soap, put it in after you put it in your machine, just 1 or 2 drops. And then I also put 1 or 2 drops on my dryer balls. Now, none of us like the smell of Digize, but you don't smell that in your clothes. The properties of the Digize actually eat those proteins and enzymes up and get rid of the smell. So it's amazing.
That's so cool. And so helpful, because truly, again, those are stinky things that we can't fix with artificial fragrance, really, right? So the enzymes have to be part of breaking up the stink. All right, the last oil is usually the first oil people ask me about. They say, I've heard of essential oils. I know lavender. Well, we have lavender in both kits. And our lavender doesn't smell like everybody else's lavender. I hate to break it to you. Prior to 2006, when we got started, we thought lavender was what Bath and Body Works carried. And we sadly found out that it's not that sweet. It's not, it's actually a plant that's pretty hardy, grows very, very well up in Idaho, which is where we get a lot of our lavender from, and in Utah. Many of us have been to the lavender fields in both of those places, and really are grateful for the fact that they've bottled lavender, the pure lavender that we get from Young Living. Amazing, versatile ways to use this. I actually just took a bath in a lavender bath bomb. You can make things with lavender. You can certainly diffuse it. You can rub it on topically. This is one that I always have with me in case those athletes or those active kids or you need a little extra support, skin support. It's a great one to rub right directly on your skin. Typically, people don't need to use a carrier oil with lavender, but if you do, just add a little coconut oil, or like I said, the V6 oil to it as well. And then the last use that does come in a Vitality, and the last use I would just ask you to look up lavender Vitality oil and see what kind of results you get, because there are lots of ways that you can use lavender to support your healthy body, period. That's all I got. All right, so in conclusion, let's talk quickly about what I would love to see in the chat. I would love to see is there something new that you learned tonight? Is there another way that you use one of the products that we've just gone over, one of the oils? Tell us what has gone well, or what have you learned tonight? That would be awesome in the chat. I'm going to share my screen one last time. See if I can get this up. Just to review, because I know I overlapped both kits so that I keep them separate. The holiday starter kit that comes with this leopard print carrying case and the sweet aroma diffuser also comes with a 1 ounce container of the Thieves hand sanitizer, which we didn't even really talk about very much, but it is an incredible hand sanitizer that has peppermint oil with moisturizing aloe. Many people who are having to wash their hands or keep their hands clean on a regular basis say that they prefer this because it doesn't dry out their hands the way some of the over-the-counter or the industrial kinds of hand sanitizers are. It also comes with lemon oil, peppermint, frankincense, and lavender, bergamot, and grapefruit, as well as oh my gosh, I left out Thieves. It also, oh my gosh, how did I do that? Oh, it's right here, it was hiding. It also comes with, oh my gosh, joy and peace and calming, but also Thieves. Does somebody want to talk about Thieves for a second? Because man, I dropped the ball on that. It's in both kits. It just happened to not make it onto my table. Anybody a fan of Thieves? Okay, man, go right ahead.
I was trying to let somebody else talk about it, but I will be glad to, because it's an amazing oil. I will tell you that my last few years of teaching, I was a junior high teacher. And after I started working there, the nurse said to me one day, "No kids come from your class to my office anymore." And I said, "Yeah, that's because I have essential oils in my room. So first up is me. And then if that doesn't work, they come to you." And my kids always used to tell me, "I don't want to go to the nurse because all she does is give me an ice pack," because they've regulated what school nurses can do so much now. They get an ice pack for everything, right? So, I always think it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. So I just share my essential oils with them. But I diffuse Thieves in my classroom every single day to help boost my immune system. And that's its biggest contribution to my life. So when I left the classroom, I still put Thieves on the bottom of my feet every single day just to help boost my immune system. It smells like Christmas in a bottle. It's an amazing blend of oils. So.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. And it's one of our, and that's why the hand sanitizer is called Thieves hand sanitizer, because it has that blend of aromatics in it: clove, lemon, eucalyptus, rosemary, and something else that's amazing, cinnamon bark. I knew it would come to me. But guys, like you, I'm not an expert. I've just used these products long enough. I know kind of how they work. I had to look everything up when I was first getting started. And the person who invited me, my mom, was a teacher by trade, like many of us are, and she just kept inviting us into more and more understanding. We did a lot of research on our own. There are loads of books and apps and things that you can use to increase your understanding. And of course, our community is always looking to support you in making the decisions about what products to use, what's great, what do you have on hand. Let me tell you how you can use them so that you can be more and more successful. I also wanted just to promote this. I really loved that if you have already gotten a kit and you're just thinking maybe you'd get another one because you want a new diffuser, or because this is such a great deal to order a holiday starter kit. Again, maybe you've never had joy or bergamot or grapefruit. And so you could get some of those oils as well as that sweet aroma diffuser. It's a little bit smaller, maybe great for an office space or a bedroom. But you can seriously just mix and match and actually give away some of those oils as well. If you're looking to give some gifts of essential oils at Valentine's Day next month, or if you're looking to just share the oily love, it's a great way for you to split it up to give as gifts as well. Here are a couple of quick recipes using the Thieves Vitality, which comes in the premium starter kit that's in the box, and Lemon Vitality. You can add them to a cup of hot water, add a little honey or sweetener, and just sip and enjoy a winter wellness tea. There's also opportunity to make throat spray with both of those. You can take a picture of this if you want. We can post it up later as well. Like I said, we're going to continue to give lots of oily tips, and they're probably in one of our photo albums as well in our Just One Thing group. So definitely take a look at that for some ideas. Here are some other diffuser or aromatic recipes that are great. Maybe I'm just feeling super wintry today because it hailed here and looked like snow for part of the day. But here's Cozy Blanket. You can use Northern Lights Black Spruce as well as Stress Away Cedarwood Lavender and Clove. You could use that bergamot with vetiver and Northern Lights Black Spruce for a campfire diffuser. These are just wonderful ways for you to utilize your essential oils or add to your, gosh, look, there's bergamot and another one, a marshmallow PSL, pumpkin spice latte, nutmeg, cinnamon bark, ylang ylang, bergamot, and Stress Away. Wow, that might be tonight's blend. Super fun. Flannel shirt. Oh my gosh, I'm all about it. Here are some quick ways that you can do a DIY mask spray or roller, as well as a chest rub, a throat spray. These are some DIYs that I'll go over in more detail on Wednesday night during our follow-up class. But just if you wanted to take a photo of these or a screenshot, you'd be welcome to. And then here's a bit of news on how to get started. I want to also, if you're not new, definitely want to check out Essential Rewards. That's our loyalty program. And you can order and ship every single month new products to come to you. Tonight, we're talking specifically about the kit though. And so I want to just highlight for you that until tomorrow night, the Holiday Starter Bundle, as well as the Desert Mist Starter Bundle, and both of these graphics are in the Just One Thing group, so you can get them up closer and personal, are marked down to 10% off the regular price. So now the wholesale price of the Holiday Starter Bundle instead of $150 is $135, and the Desert Mist Bundle is $148.50. So you can take a look at these graphics later if one of these products appeals to you. They both only come out to 90 PV, so I wanted to show. I didn't get this in the. I didn't get it in the PowerPoint, but I do want to show you that if you do choose to order and either on a shop order if you're already a member or to become a member, it's easy to get free shipping at 100 PV. You just need to add on another product. So maybe you decided that you would like to add on the Thieves hand sanitizer, another one in addition to what the kits each come with. Maybe you would like to add on a 3-pack of our non-toxic lip balms or a soap because you are going to start changing up your personal care products. Maybe it's a Thieves cleaner because of course we have an oily concentrate of Thieves cleaner so that you can DIY many of the products that we named at the beginning that are unsafe for use around your house. So these are just some, like I said, this graphic is also in the Just One Thing group. You can go back and find and those item numbers, if you choose to add on, you just want your PV number to show 100 so that you can qualify for that free shipping. And the person who invited you to listen in tonight can help you establish which one makes the most sense. We want to make sure that you follow up with the person who brought you into this group if you've never become a member and you think you'd like to be. Another benefit of membership is that you receive 24% off of any other product that you want to try ever. So like the lipstick that I dropped on the bottom of the floor, on the floor at the beginning of this class, also comes from Young Living. I mean, we have everything from kids products to makeup lines to things specifically for babies and athletes and healthy nutrition, supplements. We didn't even get into that tonight. It's a full spectrum of lifestyle products that we love to share with others. And we're constantly looking for ways to expand our tiny healthy habits in the new year. So thank you for being part of this introduction to Young Living, specifically our 2 premium starter kit and holiday starter kit as we close out the sale, the week-long sale, with a quick overview of what these products can do for you. Nan, any questions that showed up in the chat that we need to address, or did we?
No, there was lots of good participation, but I didn't see any questions. I just scrolled back through to make sure. So lots of good suggestions there, though.
Fun. I'm going to save that chat and I'm going to paste it into the comments of the live video. So then we always have those notes. Thank you guys so much for those of you who are already familiar with the products, for the tips that you gave. That makes the experience that much more rewarding. And like I said, coming up this week on Wednesday, I'll be teaching a now what. I have my essential oils. Now what do I do? I'm going into a little bit more depth into the diffuser recipes, the rollers, as well as some other product lines that you may get a lot of value out of. So you can get that information and sign up for that class by going to zoom.livingwellnow.com, and you put in your email address, and we'll send you an email with the room number and the passcode to get in. This one was a little bit different, but that one on Wednesday night will be under zoom.livingwellnow.com. Y'all have an amazing evening. Thanks so much for joining live wherever you are tonight. I hope you stay warm under your cozy blankets and warm flannels and whatever you got, or hoodies. And thanks for joining. Take care.